to my weekly blog. There isn't much to report this week. First of all, look out for my, I think it's UFC 162 predictions video, which is up. And the main news for this week is that it's my nan's birthday at the start of next week. And so I'm looking forward to celebrating that with her, and the chicks of Flo and Lammas are, for all intents and purposes, juveniles. At least two of them are. I had originally thought that the clutch, there were 4 eggs, 3 hatched, and I had thought they were going to be 2 females, 1 male. I'm pretty sure on the identities of one of the males and one of the females. The other one, I'm not so sure if it's male or female. All of this, of course, is sort of premature, because until they go through their first molt, they won't show what they actually are. They are, they're, now what's the word? I think it's phenomorphic or something like that. But basically, you tell their genotype by their phenotype. So you have to see what they look like to be able to tell what they are. And although they have feathers, these are what are called juvenile plumage, and it can be sort of different from the actual plumage that they get. Although I have to say that certain things, you know, you can sort of tell. The tear tracks tend to appear even in the juvenile plumage, which is the sort of female trait, and the patches tend to appear as well, not coloured but black and white in the juvenile stage. And of course I've also noted that generally light coloured birds tend to be female, dark coloured birds tend to be male, although that seems to happen. I was worried about them this week because I had picked them up out of the nest and they were perching on my finger and they were flapping their wings when I moved my finger up and down, but they were not coming out of the nest for themselves, and the parents were spending a long time away from the nest. They may well have been trying to starve the little babies into actually coming out. The problem, I think, was not just the fact that it was, 6 foot up and they would literally have to jump, but it may also have been because the bird room is full of birds, and I think that adds to the pressure of, what we call fledging, which is leaving the nest on their own accord. Now we know that the fledging process was where baby Bentley died, and he died because he fledged when his parents weren't around, and couldn't get him back to the nest, and not knowing where he was, the parents were powerless to help him, and he died, probably of exhaustion from trying to get back to the nest and failing, or hunger because he just, the parents didn't know where they were. So I decided it was time for these little ones to get out of the nest, and I picked them up and I forcibly put them in the flight. It was daylight, their parents were outside in the flight as well, and what happened was the parents taught them how to fly and how to return to the nest. The next day they still weren't coming out on their own, so I had to put them out again. And once again the parents got them back into the nest. The third day they were in and out on their own accord, and I'm sure I took the right approach there. Now the male is a little bit behind, and I won't force fledge a bird until it can fly, and it can perch. And whilst he can sort of fly, he can't perch yet. It can't be done until he learns those qualities, and they just come with age and time. So he remains in the nest. We also had 3 little babies born to Beryl. Whether they all survive or not, who knows. And Beverly's chick, although extremely underdeveloped for the amount of time it's lived, is still alive. So we'll have to see. And generally that's about it for this week. It's been a busy week because I've had to start to incorporate time spent at the allotment, and it's quite a walk from work to the allotment and back home here, you know, after work. So that has taken up a lot of time, but you know, I've just got to get it sort of sorted, and over the next couple of weeks I'm sure that I shall.